Jules, we're not done. The good bit of quick hits is coming up.
Yes.
Le Monde reports that Kylian Mbappe is aggressively going after Paris Saint-Germain over those 50-odd million euros in unpaid wages and signing bonuses he was supposedly promised. Some are even suggesting it could lead to Paris Saint-Germain being excluded from the Champions League. Jules is just trolling you, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, this is old news, really. We've talked about this for weeks now.
It's old news, but if it comes to court...
Yeah, but we knew that lawyers, it was with your favorite, the lawyers, that at some point the French league had been kind of alerted or noticed that PSG, that the Mbappe clan was also going to go to UEFA, of course, and FIFA and all of that. So it's a shame, as we said last time, that he ends like this and that now it's a court battle instead of them two shaking hands saying thank you for the great memories. But that's the
This
way.
is the part I don't understand. So they basically, I think, as I understand it, the reports are that he wasn't paid his last 3 months in salary.
Yeah, and one bonus.
And then on top of that was that special bonus when he decided to stay for the other year and whatever, right? And that last one seems a little bit fugazi, verbal promise, clauses and whatever. But the other part is his salary. He has a contract.
Yeah.
I don't understand. How do Paris Saint-Germain, do they explain why they just decided
They
to
just
stop
said
paying
that
him?
he told them that he would waive off some of the bonuses and I guess not wages, but yeah, some of the amount that they need to pay him at the end of his contract to make it fair, that's the word they used, for him to leave as a free agent. And he said publicly in an interview in L'Equipe back in January or February that him and the club found an agreement. So he explains the agreement is that nobody will be like, will be better off when I leave. Even the club now is secure in when I leave. They're gonna be okay. So which himself was hinting that there was some sort of agreement that he would leave some money behind, so he would not leave the club
This
with
seems so
nothing.
silly. So this agreement, if it's written
It was
down
never
on a piece of paper,
which was undone.
it was never written down.
No.
Okay, so
Yeah.
lawyers, do your thing.
Yeah.
Lawyer's gonna lawyer.
Juventus get off a flying start with a 3-0 win over Como on Monday night. Pierre Kalulu from Milan is a done deal. Nico Gonzalez could also be on his way soon. And even McKennie might get another year on his contract. Do you like this Thiago Motta shock therapy?
Well, yeah, and like it's shock therapy because he's moving people out. He played this new guy in Bangula.
From Next Gen.
Yes, and you're going to tell me he's
that.
Paris born and bred?
He's Belgian.
He's Belgian, but you know, he's probably been to
He's
Paris
quite
at some
close,
point.
yeah. He's quite close.
Kalulu, again, young player, youngish player, versatile, 3 million euros, 14 million option to buy.
Yeah.
Not a bad situation there. It's interesting the treatment of Federico Chiesa. This ties to what we said before. He's got a year left on his contract. He's been sent to train on his own. They'd like to move him. They would like 20 million euros for him.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. The reality is he makes 13 million euros a year gross. The unamortized value on the books with 1 year left is 8.1 million.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the Gundogan thing. You could just give them away and you'd be
yeah.
saving yourself money.
Yeah.
Just about, right?
Yeah.
So interesting to see what Chiesa does, but they definitely want to go with the kids, and they're playing better attacking football.
They're going in the right direction for sure.
No question. All right, let's go there, Jules. Don and I got heated over this on Monday. We need to hear your take. Enzo Maresca says he's not really working with 40-odd players because he only trains with 21.
Yeah.
The others are off by themselves. Is he being mean, or is he just following orders from the club?
So what was the two sides of the argument between you and Don? What was your point and what was his point?
No, Don was basically making the point that Sterling was justified in putting the statement out, and that his agents are justified, and that Sterling legitimately expected that he would be a big part of the season this year. And I said to him, and my view was that actually his agents kind of let him down, or he's being gullible, or he was lied to, because his agents sort of said at the end of last year, look, this is the direction of travel at Chelsea.
It never looked
Young
good for him.
players or whatever. It's not a question of your ability,
Yeah.
Raheem. It's a question of you don't fit the business model.
Yeah. So I'm more with you than with Don, for sure. In terms of what Maresca said, I hope for him it doesn't work with 42 players on the training pitch, because the pitch would not be big enough anyway. You can't do drills, you can't do games, you can't do anything with 42 players. So I hope so.
Some of them are gone now.
Yes, some will be going soon. It's brutal in the sense that you never want to say to a player, I don't want you here, go on to that page and train with the under 21 fitness coach or whatever, because they have to still provide coaching for those players who they don't want to. But yeah, there's nothing. He's not being mean. You can't work with 42
And
players.
he's not making the rules anyway.
Yeah, no, exactly. And Gab, some of those 42 players are on their way out. We mentioned that earlier. Bashir Humphries is off to Burnley on a loan with obligation to buy. Broja, we mentioned before, heading to Ipswich on loan with an obligation to buy of 30 million as well.
If they stay up.
Meanwhile, Conor Gallagher finally joined Atletico Madrid for around 40 million euros, with Joao Felix going in the other way around because he worked so well for him the last time he was at Chelsea. Does this all make sense to you?
So, like Jules, from a football side, the signing of Joao Felix makes zero sense to me. Like, really zero.
But that was done for financial reasons, right?
Yeah, and I think we can explain why, again, without boring you too much with amortization. Essentially, Atletico, assuming Joao Felix has 36 million residual value, it's an estimate, but it sounds about right.
Yeah.
Then they would have made 14 million on Felix, and Gallagher's costing them 8 million a year. Plus, I'm pretty sure Joao Felix makes more money than Gallagher. So it's great for them. From Chelsea's perspective, they make 40 million on Gallagher. Joao Felix will cost them 8.3 million, plus higher wages than Gallagher, but whatever. They're laughing all the way to the bank on this one. Look, we've generated 25 to 30 million. From a football perspective, Gallagher for Atletico, running around, blah, 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 makes more sense.
Type of player, no problem.
Joao Felix for Chelsea makes zero sense to me. I would not go near that guy, honestly.
Yeah.
As for Atleti, they drew 2-2 with Villarreal on Monday with their other new striker, the only living Sorloth in captivity, scoring the equalizer. Other new striker in the one that's not Julien Alvarez.
Yeah.
Jules, do you like how they're coming together?
I was a bit disappointed by the performance, I won't lie, on Monday night. They showed character to come back twice, but they were very vulnerable. That first goal, the way Witzel defends on Danjuma.
Oblak not great either.
You're right. A few things defensively that I didn't like. I like the flow with the ball, and Alvarez was only on the bench. He came on for the last 15 minutes or so. So I think he would be better. The team would be better once he settles in and start playing well. So there's still a lot of work to do, I think, for El Cholo. Gab, Endrick didn't feature in Real Madrid's opening day draw at Mallorca, and some are already wondering whether he might go on loan. Is this crazy?
I don't think it's crazy at all. I think you need to see where he is. He doesn't need to go now. He can. I don't know if they can register him for the for the B team, play at that level, settle in. But maybe you should go in January, because the reality is, on the right you got Brahim Diaz, you got other alternatives, and of course with the strikers you have, the main thing is for him to settle in Europe, be happy, and grow. Fabrizio Romano and others report that Manuel Ugarte has an agreement with Manchester United, that you just need to hammer out a deal with Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah. Maybe one of those loans with obligation to buy. They seem to be so popular.
It looks like this, yeah.
You think this is going to happen, yeah, Jules?
Yeah, I think so. He wants to go. PSG want to let him go. United want him to have another option in midfield with Casemiro and Kobe Mainoo. So, yeah, I think so. There are 2 bids rejected already by PSG earlier in the summer. Then he went quiet, and now he's back on again. And I think you're right. The loan with obligation to buy, probably around 55 million pounds, is probably the way it will end up.
And PSG can use those funds to get Osimhen.
Exactly. I'll be very happy with that. Paulo Dybala is very close to a move to Saudi Arabia, Gab. Al Qadsiya offering 3 years at 25 million. But why would Roma... A season, sorry, yeah. Why would Roma let him go for just 3 or 4 million?
So one of the things that he negotiated when he came in was a release clause of 12 million in a contract that would escalate, and that escalation would come in this season. It would cost them a ton of money. Like I said at the time, Dybala's gone. He's older. He gets injured. He's wonderful to watch. He's fun to watch on the highlight reels. Al Qadsiya seemed to be the only Saudi club that are throwing money around, or one of the few ones anyway. Interesting. If they replace him, like Jeremy Boga seems to be the top of the line there. Not the best season at Nice, I thought.
No.
They're after Manu Kone from Borussia Mönchengladbach. That's more.
And they have Matthias Sule, who's...
And of course they have Sule coming in. Yeah. And Zalewski.
Yeah.